We left off last time by saying that we would like to observe the contents of our consciousness without an observer. We noted that generally when we observe, our observation is conditioned by thought.
Mm-hmm.
That throughout the course of our life, we have accumulated certain experiences, knowledge, memories, and making use of this background information, we get a sense of whatever particular object we're looking at. And from that sense of the object, we construct an image of it.
Mm.
And through this image, we look. So our observation is always conditioned by the past. And we said, because we want to find a way of approaching life deeply, genuinely, authentically, productively, fruitfully, to find a way to observe without the image. And in this connection, we were wondering, how is it that the image is built up, and who or what is constructing the image?
Mm-hmm.
We said in this connection that the image is constructed through a process in time. The past experience modifying itself as the present image, extending itself into the future.
Mm-hmm.
And what is responsible for this construction is a process of thought as time. We also wondered, what is our relationship to the image? Whether or not it is the case that ourselves, as the observer of the image, are not also part of the image.
Mm-hmm.
Because throughout the course of our life, we have experienced certain things, accumulated certain knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
collected certain memories. From those memories, we construct a sense of who we are in thought.
I see. An image of myself.
An image of myself.
Mm-hmm.
And through this sense of what I am and what the world is, I construct an image of myself in relationship to the world.
Mm-hmm.
Or as it may be, the world in relationship to me. So we've said the observer and the observed are not separate.
Mm-hmm.
The observer is the observed. And we said, from this observation of the fact that the observer is the observed, either incidentally or fundamentally, there is an observation without the observer.
Mm-hmm.
Now we've said that we would like to examine the contents of our consciousness without an observer,
Mm-hmm.
because whatever content we observe without an observer is not put together by thought,
Mm-hmm.
and therefore might have some significance in addressing our fundamental, deep existential questions.
I see, because it wouldn't be limited by our thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Not a product of human invention,
Mm-hmm.
right? Something grounded in actuality.
Right, not put together by thought. Yes. And previously, we had made the observation that perhaps in observing without the observer, there's a sense of timelessness and spacelessness. And we said, might there be content which has these characteristics or
Mm-hmm.
qualities?
We are no longer constructing psychological time as a process of thought.
Mm-hmm.
And so with the negation of that psychological continuity, there is an experience of timelessness.
Mm.
And if we can observe content there that is unmarked by the passage of time, by change, perhaps there is content that is timeless.
Mm.
Same way, we're no longer constructing in thought space as extended distance.
Mm.
Distance between here and there. And so in the absence of thought-constructed space, there's just space.
Yeah, like unmeasured space.
But still experienced by our consciousness.
Sure.
And so as an experience, limited.
Mm-hmm.
But not limited in thought.
I say its only relation to thought, maybe after the fact, is that maybe it happened in the past and that it was experienced by consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about it, probably.
And perhaps is still being experienced by consciousness.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I just meant once the observer is introduced again.
Quite.
Yeah.
So then perhaps there's an opportunity of observing content that is not marked by either the passage of time or discretized, localized in a position in space.
Mm-hmm.
So now we come to a very exciting question. When we observe without the observer.
What is being observed?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. What could there possibly be prior to thought?
Is there an experience of beauty?
Immediately, the mind may be tempted to look at past experiences, which it might have called beautiful, and try to compare, having called these things beautiful, would I also call this beautiful, and categorize it into this structure of beauty. But given that if observation is to take place without an observer, I have no knowledge of beauty. So I guess to your question, the response becomes, I don't know what beauty is.
Mm-hmm.
What is meant by beauty? I'm rather familiar with experiences. I've experienced this, I experienced that, I have experienced this before, I think I might experience this in the future. Experiences have a tangible quality, a sensible quality, but the moment I'm asked about beauty, I'm at a loss for words, it seems like.
When we're asked this question, is there an experience of beauty?
Mm-hmm.
We might interpret it as, is there the presence of aesthetic value? Great aesthetic value.
I see.
Because I've learned to associate beauty with aesthetic value. I experience beauty in the presence of great works of art.
Sure.
Wondrous displays of nature.
Yeah.
A child or an animal in play.
Yeah, maybe something like very, very simple, yeah. Maybe the smile of my partner.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Authentic, intimate relationship.
Right.
So we've learned to associate beauty with these objects of aesthetic value.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, when we look around us now, we're not in the presence of great aesthetic value.
It's a nice bit of green there. I can't tell if that's blue or not. It's not a very flattering wall, is it?
Yes, the only possible exception, if we wanted to be vain, would be to refer to ourselves, but we can put that aside.
I see. Or a laughter might have some aesthetic value.
Quite.
Yeah.
The quality of relationship there.
I'm trying to distance it a little bit. Who are these vain fools?
So we're saying that If this question is interpreted as, is there the presence of objects of aesthetic value, it's a wrong question. Right? The question has very, very little meaning.
Yeah, it seems like what is of aesthetic value would be dependent on how I've been conditioned to measure or judge things of aesthetic value. What I find aesthetically pleasing might be different from what you find aesthetically pleasing based on the kind of maybe artistic training I've been given. I think some paintings have this technique or quality to them that this painting doesn't have. This color composition is better. I don't know.
Well, and there might also be deeper conditioning factors in aesthetic value.
Sure.
Fairly perennial factors.
Mm.
Some of the experiences we pointed out earlier, right? To observe a marvelous sunset, a great waterfall, a mountain of immensity.
Mm-hmm.
But our judgments of aesthetic value will, it seems, be related to previous experiences of one kind or another.
Right. There's a conditioning factor.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But
is this what you're asking?
Putting that conditioning factor aside, is there something it means to be beautiful? Is there meaning to beauty?
I see. Independent of the experiences I've had in the past, which I would call beautiful.
Without reference to memory, without making use of comparison.
Right. Without reference to my aesthetic prejudice.
Without reference to my aesthetic prejudice, objects which I never found aesthetically valuable may start to disclose certain aesthetic value.
Mm-hmm. I see.
The contour of the wood, the patterning in the grate.
I see. Is it the case that not knowing what beauty is, I begin looking for it everywhere? In my association with previous experiences to aesthetic values?
We're saying that laying aside one's prejudice of what things are beautiful, one starts to find aesthetic value in more things.
Mm-hmm.
So the scope of one's aesthetic judgment is expanding. But in this process, we are still limiting beauty to a process of aesthetic judgment.
Mm-hmm.
And we're wondering if there is beauty beyond that.
Right. Does beauty have a relationship to love? I mentioned the aesthetic value, quote unquote, of the smile of a significant other. And it seems like the quality of love doesn't have a particular aesthetic value to it. Not in the typical sense of the contour of the wood or the technique of a painting.
Mm-hmm. Very hard to say exactly what it looks like for the to be love in relationship. Doesn't exactly have a given form.
And so not knowing what beauty is, I'm curious if love is beautiful.
And if there is beauty in love, we're beginning to distance beauty from our particular aesthetic judgments.
Mm-hmm.
If there is love without beauty, is it actually love?
What do you mean without beauty?
If I say I love you, but there's no sense of beauty in that relationship, if I say I love you because I am jealous, if I say I love you because I am possessive, if I say I love you because I'm insecure, is that love?
I see. And it seems like the things that you've named have no relationship to beauty. They seem rather unbeautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like a so-called love based on insecurity or possession is rather unloving.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Love, in the sense, if we want to call it love, is based on an image
Mm.
of who or what you are and
Mm-hmm.
what value you might have to me.
Mm-hmm. An image of me and an image of you. And those images seem to have relationship. I'm somebody who depends on you, relies on you. I'm someone who has you, you are mine, or I am yours. Seems like actual relationship hasn't quite taken place. And we said, is it possible to observe without an image?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
If we have no actual relationship, merely our images have a relationship, that's not love.
And it seems rather unbeautiful. It's manufactured.
Mm-hmm.
It's put together by thought. Or if one says, no, I've decided this is what beautiful is, it seems rather shallow, superficial.
I know what beauty is. Let me tell you about it.
Oh, do tell me, dear friend.
You see.
I see.
If love is based on images, what value has it?
Mm-hmm.
But if there is observation without an observer, sense of living relationship, actual relationship, genuine
Right.
relationship, authentic relationship, with that, there is this sense of love, compassion.
Mm-hmm. Genuine, authentic relationship. My relationship to you isn't limited by actions that I know you've committed in the past. I see. I'm attending to who you are now.
Mm-hmm. Not placing demands on the other, not expecting the other to be as they were yesterday or as I thought them to be yesterday.
But I must pose an important question here, I think. In this discussion, have we gotten any closer to beauty? Are we any closer to knowing what beauty is? Or having knowledge of beauty? Because the initial question we began with was, when one observes without the observer, does one have an experience of beauty?
Mm-hmm.
And we initially began with experiences which I would have called beautiful in my past. And we said, no, not that.
Mm-hmm.
And I posed the question, in a loving relationship, is there beauty? And he said, a loving relationship, not based on images.
In that there is beauty.
It seems so. We also touched on this sense of like genuine, authentic, actual relationship. That is, seems like we're talking about a relationship that's true. Would you say that beauty has a relationship to truth? A true relationship, not based on my knowledge or my images that I have of you or me.
Actual relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure about this word truth. True relationship.
I see. Maybe real is as far as I would be able to go. But it seems like there's some connotation of truth, at least, is what I was trying to suggest with genuine, authentic, as opposed to shallow, disgenuine, ingenuine. I'm not sure what the term is. Inauthentic.
Truth as a negation of the false. In that sense, perhaps we could say the relationship is true. But I was wondering about this question, have we come closer to knowledge of beauty? Because it seems that if we are to have an experience of beauty, we must have knowledge of it.
Right.
Otherwise, we could never talk about it. We could never give it a name.
And never be able to categorize that experience as beautiful.
Yeah.
Right.
Without knowledge of beauty, we'd never be able to recognize it.
Right.
So to have an experience of beauty is to have knowledge of beauty. But we've said that knowledge is limited.
The observer has its knowledge.
Also, consciousness has its own knowledge.
Right.
Which is still limited. But we've said that while we live our lives based on limitation, there's conflict.
Right.
And we want to live at peace.
It's quite beautiful. Or so I think.
So it seems what is important is not the knowledge as such, but to understand the nature of the knowledge. Because if I have an experience of beauty, if I have knowledge of beauty, I associate it with particular times and places, situations. I make effort to cultivate those situations.
I see.
If I say there's beauty in solitude, I seek out solitude. If I say there's beauty in intimacy, I seek out intimacy. And if I seek out intimacy, I deny a relationship that is not intimate. If I seek out solitude, I deny environments that are not alone. And so, in some very broad sense, over a rather extended period of time, I'm fragmenting life.
I see. Like I've incidentally throughout my life, I've occasionally come across these glimpses of beauty, and I try to recreate them. I try to cultivate them, I think is the word you use. And in doing so, I'm parsing my life up into these fragments. Okay.
So important thing is not the experience or knowledge itself as such, but the understanding of that. So we must inquire into the nature of this experience. What is this quality of beauty? Is there a relationship between beauty and time?
I see, it has the quality of timelessness.
Mm-hmm. Not conditioned or limited by the passage of time.
Mm-hmm. In my loving relationship, I have no sense that, oh, it's been about 2 hours now.
Unless one has to be somewhere, perhaps. Or not even then.
Well, you might miss your appointments.
You might miss your appointments.
Yeah.
We must be careful not to miss our appointments.
Will it be impractical?
Yeah, we don't want to get lost. So with beauty, there's this quality of timelessness.
Mm-hmm.
There's this sense that beauty doesn't change.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not that beauty is static, still, unmoving. Or quite the contrary.
You see, it's quite dynamic, but I don't recognize how, or I don't recognize precisely how it is the case that it's different from here and here.
Mm-hmm.
Precisely what has changed.
But although beauty doesn't change, it doesn't stay the same.
Mm-hmm. It's not fixed or static. Yes.
Beauty has this quality of changeless innocence.
I see. In a sense, yes.
Because for beauty to be there means I don't know what beauty was like before.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Not merely in the sense that it's committed no wrong, but this as well.
Yes.
It's innocent.
Yes. No evil done in the name of beauty.
Mm-hmm.
If I do evil in the name of beauty, what I act in the name of is not beauty. It's
How could it
merely
be? How could
thought.
it be? Right. Unless we want to say that beauty has an intimate relationship with evil.
Which doesn't quite seem correct.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So beauty is not in time.
And you suggest that it is changelessly innocent.
Mm-hmm.
But not in a static sense. It's important to point out.
Beauty is not a property of objects.
Right, although aesthetic value might be.
Mm-hmm.
That this painting is pretty, or this chair is
excellently
ugly.
crafted.
Or that wall is ugly. Mm-hmm. I see. Beauty isn't something that an object would have.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
When I observe without the observer, there's no need to say this is an object, this is another object.
Mm-hmm.
But still beauty is there, which is not an attribute of any particular object. Beauty is not merely something that is beautiful.
Right, including observing without the observer. If one makes that an object, one could say, observing without the observer is quite beautiful. But then it seems like I've given it a property.
Making it an object meaning what?
Here's an experience of the past.
I have observed without the observer.
When I did so, yes.
Observing without the observer.
Yes, yes.
I think about the memory of that experience.
Yes, yes. Much like when I saw this beautiful mountain. I see. Observing without the observer as a recollection.
Likewise, beauty is not a property of the subject. Man has said, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
I see. Like beauty as a property of the experiencer, the subject. Is this what you mean?
Beauty means what I judge to be beautiful. Beauty means what I've been conditioned to think is beautiful.
I see.
But we've said that's not beauty.
No.
In fact, when that prejudicial structure is operating, beauty is not. Beauty is not in the eye of the beholder. The beholder is a denial of beauty. So beauty is neither in here nor out there.
I see. As a fact, when there's an observer present, there is no beauty. Other than what the observer judges to be beautiful, perhaps. But
what the observer judges to be beautiful in comparison to judgments of what is ugly.
I see.
So if we say beauty exists in thought, beauty is always an object of comparison.
It's in relationship to its opposite.
And therefore, what is beautiful can become ugly.
I see. I could give it different properties.
What was ugly can become beautiful. But we're saying that when we observe without the observer, there's that quality of beauty, which is not put together by thought, which is comparison. So beauty is not the opposite of ugliness. There's an actuality to that thing.
Right.
Interesting question then, what it means to be ugly.
Right. Or pretty. Perhaps ugliness is in the eye of the beholder.
Perhaps ugliness is a product of the beholder.
I was more sticking to the original phrasing, but yes.
Dividing myself as an observer from the observed, which means to divide me from you, to divide me from nature, to divide those who I love from those who I don't love. Dividing those
I
who I
see.
care about from those who I don't care about.
Those who I love and those who I do not love. Yeah.
Beholding the world as such. We make it ugly.
Mm-hmm. It's exclusive.
Littering,
Right.
corruption, indecency.
What's good? What's bad?
Pretension.
Mm-hmm.
All of that is involved in that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But beauty, we're saying, we're encountering, we're learning, is not involved in that.
It's untouched by our prejudices.
Until we cultivate it as a memory.
I see. But then, oh, I see. I was going to suggest, but then the thing that's being touched isn't quite beauty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which doesn't affect beauty itself, but our relationship to beauty.
Right, right. Makes our relationship to beauty quite ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So beauty is not found in me. Beauty is not found in the world as such.
Mm.
Beauty is not in time.
Mm.
Which means beauty is not located in space.
Mm-hmm.
So what is this thing? Interestingly, we've learned a great deal about what beauty is not.
It just seems like the not knowing is rather beautiful.
We came in today with various ideas, conclusions, theories, thoughts about beauty.
Mm.
We've examined them one by one, fairly thoroughly in depth.
Mm-hmm.
And we said, no.
Have we gotten any closer
None of those things, yes.
to knowledge about beauty?
Yes.
Knowledge of beauty.
Yes. Only positive thing that's been said is beauty has a relationship to love.
Yes, yes, yes. And yet we don't know what love is.
Yes.
So we've given it a positive relationship, but in fact we have no knowledge of either things in the relationship.
Well, knowledge perhaps, but not understanding.
Yes. Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah. Like we can say we have knowledge of the relationship, the fact of the relationship. Yes.
Simply recognition of that quality of love without knowing what it is, what it means. Just the actuality of that without understanding.
When I say I love you, here's what it means. No. Here's my definition.
Yeah.
No.
Let me test your definition.
If you do this for me, that means you love me.
Yes.
Oh dear. We kid.
Oh. And yet we're being very serious.
Yes. I mean, it's beauty and love.
And also what the world thinks love and beauty are.
Oh, well, we're not making these jokes out of nowhere.
Uh-huh.
They're not coming out of thin air, as it were.
Yes. Has to be something to joke about.
Yes. It's rather serious.
Yes.
Or you could take it rather seriously. If this is how
I
beauty
see.
and love are being treated.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like,
Not too seriously, perhaps.
oh, well.
Maybe then one would go to war.
Your understanding of beauty is wrong. Let me fight you about it.
Not that I understand what beauty is.
Either.
I know
Yes,
that your
you're
understanding is
wrong.
wrong.
That is not how you're supposed to love. Let me fix it.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Yes. What? So beauty is not in here, not out there, not in time, not in space. What is that? Not in time, not in space, not in me, not in you.
Do we have words for such things? When you say, what is that? Are we looking for a category? I don't even know how to approach your question. We've given it a name, beauty. Are we looking for other things to call it?
Perhaps. In relating beauty to love, we were able to say what beauty is not, and also what love is not. Which is, in a negative sense, an understanding of beauty and love. So perhaps if beauty has other relationships, there might be something there.
I see. Other content of consciousness, which is spaceless, timeless, which would share these qualities with beauty, but is nonetheless distinct from it.
Well, to talk about it, we must have knowledge of it.
Right.
And to have knowledge of two things, they can't merely be identical. There must be.
I see. And there would be knowledge of two
Otherwise,
things.
Otherwise, it's just knowledge of
one thing.
So the question now becomes, when I observe without the observer, what else is there?
Without knowing what the first thing was.
The two words that strike me are meaning and truth.
I see. Shall we investigate one at a time?
Mm-hmm.
What can be said about meaning?
Oh Lord, I would have started with truth. What can be said about meaning? Well, perhaps very little.
The fact that there's meaning,
Uh-huh.
right? Independent of here or there, or when it took place.
It seems like thought has its own meaning. We have words, definitions of words,
Mm-hmm. But what is meant by
related to
it?
one another. And we use these words to communicate.
I see. Something like linguistic intelligibility?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Like something is meant by these words. It's not merely noise.
I see. Even things that one might typically consider to be noise might be meaningful. Like the busy streets.
It might be meaningful, or we might find meaning in it if it becomes relevant to us.
Oh, I see. I see. But noise just as like the quality of that sound.
I see.
Just noise. Like no meaning. Until your attention is drawn to it. Till it becomes relevant. By the fact of its relevancy means it must have some meaning to you.
Mm-hmm.
Just noise.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Mm-hmm. Relevant means it means something to me.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Or perhaps to someone else.
Mm-hmm. I see. Perhaps irrelevant, but meaningful.
Perhaps.
Uh-huh.
This seems to be the suggestion of what we're exploring now.
Yes, yes.
Because priorly we've considered meaning only in relationship to what is relevant to me.
Mm-hmm. Meaningful to me.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
But what is relevant to me is determined by my past, my conditioning, my goals,
The observer.
my objectives.
Yes, yes.
Which is the observer.
Right.
But observing without the observer and finding meaning, we see meaning is not restricted to that field.
Mm-hmm.
There's merely that quality of meaning.
You could see it anywhere.
That experience of meaning. Uh-huh. So we're wondering whether there is meaning of which I'm becoming conscious.
I don't understand.
Or that to be conscious of something means it is meaningful.
Right. Otherwise, it would have no relationship to you.
Uh-huh.
Or to consciousness.
Uh-huh.
Right.
And observing without the observer, therefore without purpose, motive, direction.
All of these things defined by my past.
Uh-huh. There's just meaning.
There's just content in consciousness.
Uh-huh. Which is the relationship to consciousness.
Mm-hmm. Consciousness is meaningful to itself.
Mm-hmm.
That is, everything that I am conscious of is meaningful.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And that meaning is not fundamentally conditioned by time or space or objects
Mm-hmm.
or the observer.
Mm-hmm.
Consciousness's relationship to the world, at least in itself, is meaningful.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, it wouldn't be there.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if there's a way to answer this question, but now I'm wondering, is there meaning beyond consciousness?
I see. Perhaps not in any way which is relevant to consciousness.
Mm-hmm. Not in any way which could be recognized.
Right.
But the fact that consciousness, by its very nature, preconceptually, recognizes meaning, feels like it says something significant, which I can't quite get at yet. One doesn't want to go off into speculation,
Right.
but it feels like it says something interesting about the world beyond consciousness.
Mm-hmm. What is the preconceptual that is being recognized as meaningful?
Mm. Because although what is experienced as meaning by consciousness is consciousness,
Mm-hmm.
there must be, I'm not quite sure it's the right word, but a cause of that meaningful experience beyond consciousness. Because if consciousness was merely its own cause, that sense of meaning would be limited to the past. If consciousness's experience of meaning was limited to its present condition, there would be no space for consciousness to grow, to expand.
It wouldn't be sensitive to so-called new meaning.
Because although meaning is recognized in observing without the observer, the meaning that is recognized now has not been recognized before.
Right.
Only recognized as meaning. But the actual content of that meaning has not been recognized before.
Right. And so the preconceptual, not recognized as meaningful, wouldn't be recognized as meaning itself or something like this. Because that would only have a meaningful reference to consciousness. This is what I was saying about what could one say? You said you don't want to speculate, but what could one say about this preconceptual thing? I think it would have to be said. Whatever we can say about it might not have any relevance to consciousness and what it considers to be meaningful.
Preconceptual meaning exists in consciousness. Meaning that's not put together by thought. But you're saying that preconceptual meaning was not previously considered relevant by consciousness.
Right. So like maybe not even like meaning per se. Like preconceptual relevant isn't the word either.
Why don't you call it meaning? Because we were saying there's meaning beyond what I judge to be relevant to me.
I was considering like meaning as by which the thing is being made meaningful to me. But like what it is isn't meaning.
Well, meaning is not merely the process of meaning making, it's also what is being made sense of.
Sure.
Right? Meaning is not merely the experience, it's also what is experienced.
Sure. I was just suggesting we might want to come up with a different word for it.
It's just that that meaning is not recognized by thought. But if our use of language is restricted to what is recognized by thought, our communication becomes very superficial. So this is all to say, although when observing without the observer, there might be experience of meaning from moment to moment, and insofar as multiple experiences constitute experiences of meaning, they are recognized as meaning, and insofar as that recognition are the same, the actual content of that meaning differs. Which means that meaning must have a source beyond consciousness.
Unless we could trace the content back somehow and find that it's all the same meaning.
It can't be the same meaning because
it's a suggestion, yes.
Although that meaning is not merely relevant, that meaning is still relevant. Although that meaning is not limited by space and time, it is still situated within space and time. So again, there's this quality of remaining the same.
It's different, but it isn't.
Yes. It's interesting. Now I want to say remaining the same but changing.
Right, which is
but before I said
opposite.
Changing but not remaining the same for beauty.
I see. So what you mean is the same, but it's different.
Yes.
Yes. Oh dear.
Very interesting.
Oh dear. Right.
Yes, but there's this sense of like dynamic stability.
Right. The meaning, the content seems different insofar as it's situated in space and time, and we react to it differently, and it maybe makes us function differently. But it's still meaning.
The meaning of what you have just said is not the same thing as the meaning you said a few minutes ago, but it's still meaning.
Like it's meaningful.
And also what is being said now is not unrelated to what was being said 5 minutes ago.
Right. But now we see the relevance, having said it. Have we come any closer to having knowledge about meaning?
I don't know.
We said it's different, but it isn't.
Yes.
It's in time, but it's also not.
Much has been said, but I don't exactly have a sense of progress.
No. But it's been quite meaningful.
Yes. But discovery.
Yes.
Very interesting. So beauty, meaning, and love.
Yes. Said a lot about what they are not. Maybe more positive things about meaning.
About meaning.
Yeah. Shall we tackle the next horse? What can be said about truth? Equally an impossible task, if I may say.
Man has searched for truth for thousands of years. Because man observes the particularities of his life the superficiality of his existence, the pettiness of his relationships, how conditioned and situational his actions are, and he wonders if there's something beyond this. Human beings have wondered if there is something true that is not dependent on time, on place, on culture.
Right, unconditionally true.
Simply by its own nature. Something that essentially is. Something that exists by its own being.
See, are we speaking of truth as a property?
What do you mean?
When you say something that is true.
Quite. I see. Truth
This is true, this is false.
That which is. Observing without the observer, there is the experience of that.
Right. One might even say that's like what's most readily available.
And for that reason, perhaps escapes notice.
Like the fact.
Or the fact of the fact.
I see, I was going to say the fact of observation. But the fact of the fact is... the isness. But then it connotes like a kind of being, existence kind of, which isn't necessary, I don't think.
I see.
Truth. Like isness has a kind of occupying, kind of spatial, maybe manifested even, but truth. So maybe...
Which is not quite the same thing as reality. Reality has this very, very sensible connotation.
Right. I see. Certain realities might make sense to you, but not to me. Well, now that there's relationship to meaning. If I can make no sense of the meaning that you're speaking of. Right. But
so reality is not truth.
I see, unless the truth were something sensible.
Which means it's in time.
And in space.
And therefore not truth.
No. Conditioned. Right.
So reality is the wall, the table, the camera.
The you, the me.
The trees, the rivers, the mountains.
The podcast. The listening, the platform.
The words I'm speaking.
They're real. But not the truth.
So reality is what thought thinks and thinks about. But
sorry, what it thinks about? Or what it thinks and thinks about?
What it thinks and
thinks about. Okay.
But we can't think about truth.
I see. Or you could say, you could think about it, but whatever you're thinking about wouldn't be it.
It's not truth.
Yeah.
Now, one has to be very careful in this connection because just as truth can't be thought about, strictly speaking, necessarily, truth can't be experienced.
I see. Even if I were tempted to say that I truly experienced this thing, I'm not sure if I would be able to say that I have an experience of truth.
No, there can be an experience of truth, but the experience of truth is not truth. It's just an experience.
Oh, I see. I see. It's a reality. It's sensible.
Well, not merely sensible.
Well, yes, not merely. I was going to list some characteristics, but yeah. No.
So, although consciousness can have an experience of truth, that experience of truth is not truth. That experience of truth is merely consciousness's experience of itself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which is always changing and yet never changing.
Mm-hmm. Perhaps it's consciousness's experience of truth which it finds meaningful.
Putting it this way, does it imply that consciousness has an experience of truth that it doesn't find meaningful?
Maybe not meaningful, doesn't find meaningful, but like not relevant. I'm not sure about that one. Because then maybe in recognizing its irrelevance, it would recognize relevance. Or in the process of recognizing an irrelevance to this experience, it would recognize some kind of relevance. I'm not too sure about that one.
I just want to be very careful that we don't suggest that what is experienced as truth is truth.
Mm-hmm.
What is experienced as truth is also consciousness.
Mm-hmm. That is not the truth.
We must be very sensitive to these limitations. Otherwise, we go off.
Mm-hmm.
Follow? I experienced something unlimited. I am unlimited.
Mm. I see. I am beauty.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Or I am meaning. Oh dear.
The fact is, I am my experience of beauty. I am my experience of meaning.
Right.
So whether I think that I am meaning or that I experience meaning beyond myself, either way, it's the word that comes to mind is aberration.
I see. It's rather loaded.
Yeah. It's false. It's wrong.
Mm-hmm. It's just consciousness with its own content within itself.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not insignificant.
No.
Which is not merely a repetition of the past.
Mm-hmm.
How long do you think we've been going? Do you remember when we started?
I wouldn't be able to say.
Okay. Well, shall we go on?
Do you feel we've said enough about truth?
I think there are still things to be explored.
You don't say.
I'm just wondering if we've been going for a rather long time.
I see.
It's 12 o'clock at the moment.
Oh, wow. Like over an hour, I think, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Yeah. Well, I'm concerned this might have been some shoddy work. I guess we're leaving all the doors open to questions, but that might be the right place to begin. We've said very little that's positive about beauty, meaning, and truth.
Well, yes.
And we've suggested these as potential content of consciousness, which is spaceless and timeless, that we could explore. But
I just think to talk
we've said a
any
little bit
deal
about love.
over an hour is rather demanding.
That's true. Well, if so, why don't we wrap up with what we might talk about next time?
Correct. What other qualities do we observe? I mentioned before the word significance. And it seems that if there is any meaning of this word in this context, significance also must be not put together by thought.
Well, virtually everything is up to investigation here, so I wouldn't put significance past it.
And then also, with this quality of relationship, love, compassion, goodness. And perhaps from there we might go on to discuss the bearing that all of this has on our lives and our consciousness.
Do you mean its significance?
I don't want to get ahead of myself.
What do you mean by bearing?